What's going on, guys? Nick Foy here with another YouTube training video. Today we're going to be diving into part one of a couple videos in this series. There's so many tips out there for blogging that we're going to break it up into multiple videos. So this is part one. We're going to cover 13 blogging tips today that are most important when you're getting started blogging. And for those of you that already have blogs, a lot of these tips you should review because you can make adjustments and tweaks to your website if you're not currently using these tips. So if you're ready, we're going to go ahead now and dive over onto the computer screen where I'm going to be walking you through examples of each of these 13 blogging tips I've got for you. Alright guys, so here we are inside Canva, which is a cool little photo editing tool I use to build different images for social media and for my blog. So this is not on the tips list today, but it's just letting you know if you want to use a free photo editing tool like Canva, you can check them out. So here we've got some different slides that we're going to go through. And to make the video easy, I'm going to keep open Canva here in one tab, and I've got all these other tabs that we're going to be hopping in and out of related to these tips. So starting off with tip number one, pick a fast website hosting company. So when you're first setting up your blog, again, these are a combination of beginner tips and more advanced tips. So if you've already got a blog, you could obviously ignore this tip, or you could switch to a faster hosting company if you think your website hosting company is being slow. But this is a big one. That's why it's number one. Getting the right web hosting service can help speed your website up and prevent traffic issues in the future, because as more and more people come to your website and there's issues on your website with load times and things like that, you're going to see a lot of people leaving your website and getting frustrated, impatient. So having a fast web hosting company is crucial. So who do I recommend for fast hosting companies? Well, I personally use Bluehost for some of my websites, and I use SiteGround for other websites of mine, and I haven't done a speed check test yet to see which one's faster. There are articles out there comparing Bluehost and SiteGround, but either one you can't really go wrong with. So I'm going to link to Bluehost below in the video description. It's my affiliate link. If you go to asknickfoy.com/Bluehost, that's going to redirect you to their website, and it's going to help you get in as low as $3.95 per month by using my link. It's also an affiliate link, so it's going to credit me $65 if you purchase hosting with Bluehost. It's at no additional cost to you. Bluehost just decides they want to send me a $65 referral fee for bringing them a new customer. But again, I use Bluehost and I use SiteGround for my websites. I've got about 8 different websites. I also have client websites I build on Bluehost and SiteGround all the time. So we've got the basic plan here, $3.95 a month. That's all you need for a single simple website. If you're going to have multiple websites, you can upgrade to these other plans. And if you've got lots of traffic, you might consider the Go Pro plan. That's the one I use. It gives you a dedicated IP, SSL certificate, domain privacy, site backup, and it helps manage bigger traffic loads, so you're not bogging down the servers if you've got hundreds of thousands of website visitors coming to your website every month. All right, so that's number one, hosting company. Again, you can also check out SiteGround. That's going to help your website get on the right foot and help your pages load faster. Other things to keep your website running fast as a blogger so that your readers are happy: have a good theme that's light. You don't want a heavy theme that's got too many features that are unnecessary. That can help slow your website down. So pick a fast theme that won't bog down load times. So again, for themes, if you go to asknickfoy.com/theme forest, FOREST, click enter. That's a redirect affiliate link. Again, it's going to tell Theme Forest that I referred you to them, and I'm going to get credit if you purchase a theme. So it helps me out and pays my bills for creating these videos and running my website. So come here, WordPress tab right here. You can see all the different types of themes they've got, or you can go here to the popular items tab, which will open up this page here. You can see the most bought themes. I use the Avada theme, or if you pronounce it the Avada theme, whichever. It's $60. It's a heavier theme. It's got tons of features. That's one mistake I made when I first bought. I thought, hey, this is the most bought theme. It must be really good. I bought it, but it turns out it's, a heavier theme with way too many features I would never use, and it can slow down my websites. If I had to redo things, I would consider probably the X theme, which is a lot lighter and much faster theme than the Avada theme. So check it out. It's only $29 compared to $60. Either one you buy, they're both really good themes, but I just think speed-wise, the X theme is probably the faster theme. You can also check out the Genesis framework, but that's more expensive and has a lot more complications to it. And then the Divi theme, D-I-V-I or Divi, however people pronounce it, that's another good theme a lot of blogs run for their website themes. So those are the first two tips. Get a fast hosting company like Bluehost or SiteGround. Then when you're, setting up your hosting, it's going to have you install WordPress, and then you're going to have to choose a theme to run your WordPress website on. So you can go to ThemeForest using those links that I'm going to have below in the YouTube video description for you. I'll put a little checklist of things down there in the description you can check out, and that'll make this much easier on you. Number 3, use only plugins that are necessary. So if we go in here to the Add Plugins page, you've got this Plugins tab here, Installed Plugins. Delete out any plugins you're not using. Only use the ones that are necessary. Delete the ones you're not using. That's going to help free up space on your databases and in your WordPress files. And the less resources you've got downloaded on your website, the faster it'll load. So again, keeping the thoughts here on website speed, that's super important to helping you rank higher in Google, because Google is looking for user-friendly websites that people enjoy going to and that don't tick them off, and website speed is one of the big factors. So that's why these first tips are helping you build out a fast website. Number 4, set up Google Analytics to track your visitors. So once you've got your website, you want to see what your traffic's up to. What pages are sending the most traffic to your website? What are people doing on your website? What links are they clicking? Where are they going after they leave your website? Are they heading out to affiliate links that you've got in your articles? Are they going to your social media accounts? Are they hopping back and forth between different blog articles on your website? You can track all this with Google Analytics. So just type in Google Analytics and you'll find out how to set up a free account. So again, we'll just go over here real quick and show you. Type in Google Analytics into your search bar into Google. It'll pull up analytics.google.com. You click on this. It'll open up a page that looks somewhat like the page that's loading here, if it hurry up and loads. And then from there, you'll just sign up for an account and you can connect your website to it. Now, real quick, if we go here under the plugins page again, go to add new. Once you create your Google Analytics account, you want to install the Google Analytics code into your website. That's going to be hard and confusing for most people. So a simpler thing to do is click the add new under the plugins. It's going to bring you to this add new page here. Now, I like to go to the popular tab here. So if we click over here to the popular tab, you're going to see this big list of plugins here, right? So scroll down all the way down here and you're going to see this one here called Google Analytics for WordPress by Monster Insights. You can go ahead and click the Install Now button, and that's going to download that plugin for your website. All right, now once that's installed, you're going to be able to go into the settings for it, and they're going to have like a little button that's probably going to connect you over to your Google Analytics account, where it's going to redirect. It's going to give you a little code to copy and paste, and it's pretty simple. It's pretty straightforward. You'll click the save button and it'll be all connected and set up. It shouldn't take you more than 5 minutes to figure it out, but if you're still confused, there's other tutorials on YouTube that will show you step by step how to set up that particular plugin. And then there's another one called Google Analytics Dashboard, where it kind of gives you a little summary of everything. So when I come up here into my dashboard and I click on the home page, it'll kind of show me my Google Analytics from my dashboard. So I don't even have to log into my Google Analytics account. I can see everything from my dashboard inside my website. So that's the one I'm currently using. It'll do the same thing, tracking your Google Analytics for you. It's easy to set up, and there's tutorials on YouTube for it. All right, so moving along here, let's go on to tip number 5. Set up automatic backups of your website files and databases. So head back here into the popular tab again for add plugins. We can scroll down here and there's one called Updraft Plus that I've got installed. So I need to actually update it, but you would click the button here that would say install, click activate, and then you can come in here under your settings and you'll find it down here under settings called Updraft Plus Backups. And all you got to do is go to the settings tab there, and you can click on which software cloud service you want to back up your website to. So I use Dropbox or Google Drive. Those are the two big ones that if you have a Dropbox account, it's free to set up a Dropbox account. You get up to 2 gigabytes of free storage space in the cloud. I think Google Drive gives you up to 15 gigabytes of free cloud storage. So you can connect your Updraft to those cloud services and it'll automatically back up your website. Depending on the schedule you set up, you can set up daily, weekly. It'll back up all your WordPress files, all your databases, and you don't have to worry if your site goes down. You can restore everything from those backups. Number 6, you want to secure your website with a security tool like WordFence or Security. So if we go again back here to the Add Plugins page under the Popular tab, these are all the most popular plugins people install to their WordPress websites. So we'll scroll down here. You'll see WordFence right here. That's the one I've got activated right now for this website. And there might be the security one somewhere else here if we scroll down further. That's another really good security plugin. So I'm not seeing it here. You can just search it in the search plugins tab there and you'll be able to find it. But what that'll do is it'll prevent hackers and brute force attacks. So you could set lockouts, so if people try hacking you, they try logging in and they get the password wrong more than 3 times or 5 times, it'll automatically block them so they can no longer keep trying to hack into your website. You can do scans to see viruses and malware. I recently had some malware on one of my other websites that I had to remove, and I actually made a video on it showing you different tips of how to remove the malware. But I ran a scan with WordFence and detected it, and then I was able to go in and fix it. Number 7, maximize the use of your home page. So here at my golf website, you can see my home page here. I've got a little button up here in the menu bar to try to take people to a product. I've got different pages here in my menu bar taking people to different products and important pages. So your home page is your most visited page a lot of times. So you want to make sure it's got all your most important links on it so that you're directing traffic to what you want them to go to. So in this case, I'm sending them to products, my Start Here page, my blog, where they can check out different categories to help them out. So that's what I use the menu bar for. And then of course, as they scroll down here, I've got all my recent blog articles, my email opt-in, and then all my different programs and products I want them to purchase. So 3 different things here. They can either read articles, they can join my email community, or they can check out my products. Those are probably the 3 most important things I want them to take action upon. So that's what I've got here on my home page. When they land here and they see this header space with all these different links and buttons, and they see this area here taking them to one of my products, that's the first thing they see when they load the page. So make sure this top header space is decked out with all the most important things you want them to find. But overall, maximize the use of your home page so that you can drive traffic around your website and get them to the places you want them to go. Number 8, finish blog posts with a call to action. So the first 7 tips have been all pretty much helping you set up your website, getting hosting, a theme, downloading and installing different plugins, setting up analytics to track traffic, backing up your website, securing your website, building out your home page. Now you're ready to start writing blog articles so that they can get into Google and you can start getting people to your website from Google, from social media when you post links to your blog articles, out on your social media accounts. So as far as your articles go, number 8 here, finish blog posts with a call to action. So in this case, my 6 chipping tips is an article that gets a lot of traffic. We've gotten over 3,000 shares on Pinterest. So when people get to my website here and they read this article, I don't want them just to hop off and leave. So at the very bottom here, I always kind of have some call to actions. So here I said, hey, check out these additional articles to try to keep them around on my website. I've linked up to some products and stuff that I'm trying to sell. And so after they check out, these articles here, they can keep scrolling and they can check out all my different products. So just give them something to do at the end of your article. Don't just leave with your signature saying, talk later and your name. Give them some additional links they can click on so they stay around your website and they don't just hop off and leave. Number 9 and 10, adding email opt-in forms. We'll kind of bulk these together here. So this is adding one up at the top. Make sure it's a relevant opt-in incentive dedicated for that blog article. And then 10 is add one at the bottom. It can be like a general. So again, At the very bottom of every post, I've got my 15 practice drills opt-in here. It's just a general opt-in that works for any type of blog article I publish. So it goes here at the bottom. It automatically goes here. I've got a plugin, the ConvertKit plugin. So it automatically inserts this on every single page. And if I want to turn it off, I can go in and edit the specific page to shut it off if I don't want it on certain pages. But it'll automatically insert that one. So that's a general one at the bottom. So again, when they get down reading your article, they can at least opt into your email newsletter and get on your email list. Now up here at the top, a lot of people like to read the beginning of articles and decide if it's for them or not, and then they hop off if it's not. So one way to kind of capture that traffic is to put something near the top of the article. So I put like a related line here that I made bold, and it says try these golf skill worksheets. So they can click this link here and it'll open up a pop-up email form where they can download some worksheets for free, and it gets them onto my email list. You can also put links to different products if you want people to try to get over to your product pages before they leave the article here. So you can maximize this top of your article area as well, because not everybody's going to scroll down and read the entire article, especially if it's a long article. So by having some things up here at the top, you can catch their attention while you've got it, and get them onto your email list. So that was 9 and 10. Moving on to number 11, post to your blog consistently. So I pretty much put out one a week. So here we've got, posts here. You can look at the dates, March 27th, March 17th, March 9th, March 5th. So I put out 4 to 5 articles a month. Usually I try to get one out every week. That way it's on a consistent schedule. And if you want to let people know, hey, uploading posts, once a week. That way they can come back like every Monday. You could upload a new article. That way they know to check back your blog every Monday. That'll keep traffic returning, and you can kind of build a community then. So it's not just random people show up and leave. They actually become, part of your tribe, part of your community, because they get used to that schedule. So by being consistent, people know that if they return here a week or two later, you'll have new content. If your blog sits empty for a long time or you're inconsistent, people might not know what to do, and they might not check out your website as much. Number 12, you can save time. It goes with number 11 here, being consistent, by setting up a schedule and using the scheduling tool. So let's head over here to this tab where we've got a blog post. So in your WordPress dashboard, you go to add new post, or you can go here to the post tab to add new. It'll open up a new blog article. So you could give it a title, write out your article here, paste in your different links to your opt-in forms like we talked about, paste in links to your product pages. Once it's all done, you go here to the publish section up here. So it's a drop-down menu here called publish. You can save it as a draft. And then what you want to do is go here to this publish line that says immediately, click on edit, and you can actually pick a date. So right now this is April 3rd, 2018, and I could schedule this one out, for April 17th. And you could pick the time. So if I want to schedule it for 7:30 in the morning, I can click OK, and it'll change the publish button now to schedule. So all I do is click on that, and it'll schedule this post for me. So you can do that if you want to bulk write, 10 different blog articles. Maybe you spend a week just writing a ton of content, or maybe you've hired writers to write all your content and you get a bunch of content written, and then you can schedule it out so that over the next 10 weeks, those 10 articles will post one per week. And then you don't have to worry about logging in here and manually scheduling it every time you want to publish a new article. It'll just do it for you in bulk. Alrighty, and lastly, our 13th tip here today: optimize all images you use in your blog posts and on your website to reduce page load times. So lastly, if you're someone who likes to add different images to your articles, or you've got a featured image over here, make sure when you're uploading these images to your website that they're already optimized, they're compressed, their file size is shrunk down so that it helps keep your page sizes small. So one way to look at how fast a page is loading, how big the file size is to use the GT metrics tool or the Pingdom page speed test. So I ran a test here on my home page, and it tells you that it's 4.47 megabytes, which is a really big page size. But again, my home page is loaded with everything I want somebody to do because I'm trying to direct that traffic around my website. But my blog articles, they're much smaller in page size. They're not as image heavy. My homepage has lots of images, so that makes the page size much, much bigger. So even though I've compressed those images as small as they can go, there's so many different images on my homepage that they collectively add up to, a bigger page size. But if you're using one image in a blog article, you should be fine. Just make sure that one image is still optimized. It should be 30, 40, 50 kilobytes in size. Sometimes they're a little bigger than that, but a lot of times when I build out an image here on Canva and I download it, it initially might be like 400 or 500 kilobytes. Once I use an image compressing service, it might shrink it down to, let's say like 30 or 40 kilobytes or 50 kilobytes. So it's a lot smaller. It reduces that file size. That'll keep your pages smaller so they load a lot faster. This one takes 10 seconds to load because of how big it is, but I guarantee my blog articles, they load in 3 to 4 seconds, which is pretty average because they're much smaller in page size. So keep these tips in mind. We'll go back through them real quick as a summary. Number one, get yourself a fast web hosting company. Web hosting companies only cost, $4 or $5 a month. They're really cheap. Just make sure you go with the right one, like Bluehost, for example, which I've linked to in the video description below. I also link down to the theme that I use, Theme Forest. I'll also link to the Avada theme that I use for my websites, but I would recommend the X theme on Theme Forest. If you come back in here next to the Avada theme, go to the X theme. That's only 29 bucks. It's a lot faster, a lot lighter. So get yourself a fast theme. Use only plugins that are necessary. So delete any plugins you're not using for your website. Set up Google Analytics so you can track your traffic, see what they're up to. Back up your website, secure your website. Set up your home page to try to drive traffic around to your blog articles, to your opt-in forms, different pages on your website you want traffic to find that are most important. Make use of your menu bar as well so that you're driving traffic around your website. Number 8, finish blog posts with a call to action to keep website visitors retained on your website. Don't let them leave and not, do anything. You want to keep them around, so give them a next call to action. You can even add opt-in forms into your blog articles to try to capture them to an email list. I use ConvertKit. I'll link to them down below. ConvertKit's the company that I build my email lists on, and I manage all my email subscribers that opt in through my different blog articles. So I'll show you how you can set that up so that as soon as they opt in, they can automatically get sent a free opt-in gift, like a free PDF, free ebook, free worksheet, all on autopilot. You use the system, ConvertKit, they'll send it out for you so you don't have to manually send out new subscribers a PDF file every time you get a new subscriber. Just let the system automate itself and do it for you. Number 11, post consistently. That goes with 12. Set up a scheduling. Once you know your schedule, then schedule out your posts using WordPress's schedule feature, and that'll save you time, and it'll auto post for you once a week or every couple days, depending on how frequently you're going to post to your blog. And lastly, optimize every image on your website. Go in, optimize them, re-upload them, if you've already got tons of images, there's a compression plugin called Smush that you can download, and that'll go through all your media files in your WordPress library, and it'll optimize all your images. If you're starting a new site, anytime you upload new images, make sure they're optimized first before uploading them. So I tried to go through all 13 tips as quick as possible while still giving you a lot of valuable tips and information around each of these tips. So this was a longer video. Check out the other videos on my website. I go more into depth into some of these specific tips that I've already created videos for. You can even go by playlists if you are specific about a certain area on these tips. I've got playlists for plugins, playlists for domains and hosting, playlists for themes. I show you different theme tutorials, different email tutorials for ConvertKit. So check those playlists out on my YouTube channel. And then lastly, before you go, you can hit that subscribe button to get notifications of the newest uploads. And I've even got some courses here. I get asked a lot of times, about my courses, how to get to them, what they offer, like what kind of lessons are taught in them. So quick summary, you can go to asknickfoy.teachable.com. Again, that will be linked below in the video description. And these courses here, Profitable Blogger, this one teaches you how to set up a blog, gives you all kinds of blogging lessons, tips, step-by-step tutorials. There's like 30 or 40 videos, I think, in this course, worksheets, PDFs, things like that you can download, checklists. So it's an in-depth course. I will be raising the price at some point. Right now it's only $49. There's other blogging courses out there that are selling, for $200, $300, $400, $1,000. This one I'm keeping it affordable for the YouTube community. I know you guys are balling on a budget, and I was balling on a budget when I first started my blogs until they got going and I started making good money from them. So 49 bucks, pretty affordable. You're getting tons of value here that you're going to get in a $500 or $1,000 course. Then lastly, we've got the Pinterest course here that'll teach you how to drive Pinterest traffic to your website, to your blog, so that you can get people clicking on those links to your product pages, getting them onto your email list, those different things. Pinterest is one of my top traffic sources for my website, so I made a training course to show you how to master Pinterest, and again, that's only $49. There's other Pinterest courses out there that teach you the same information that are going for $200, $300, $400, but again, I like to keep my courses affordable for you guys to try to help you out and get you, to success as cheap as possible, because I know you're spending money on different tools and softwares like your email marketing service, your web hosting service. So keep these as affordable as possible for you, but at the same time, they are premium. You're going to get all the best tips and video lessons here. We cover a lot of it on the YouTube channel, but everything here is organized. It's all laid out nicely to walk you step by step through the different systems that you need to set up. So thank you so much for watching this video, for giving me your time, your attention today. If you made it all the way through this video, I'd appreciate you commenting below, anything that you learned from this video that helped you, any future video ideas you'd like. Give me some new content ideas to create for this channel. We've covered so much, and I'd love to hear your guys' concerns and problems you're facing and try to create new videos for you to help you out. And until then, make sure that you're subscribed so you get notifications of our next upload. Take care, my friends.